Yeah, we missed them. We'll hit all three of them with Eli. This is cool. Okay, let's roll.
Welcome back to the next aid station. I'm your host, Jake Kilgore, Mick, Lucky Pierre.
Yes,
in the
sir.
Lucky Pierre. Today, Eli White, winner of DC Peaks 50 alternate course with a time of 8:43, and the People's Choice next aid station. Both Mick and Jake, we picked you, sir. Did you know we picked you?
Not until after.
You liar.
That's all right. I catch every episode now.
Yeah, I catch every.
That's better.
There we go. No, for real, you didn't know.
So I don't remember. Someone might have told me right before. I don't recall. But
So
yeah, I didn't want to get too caught up in too much hype before.
nah, I think that's smart. But you do hear whisperings and you see posts of this or that. Mick nailed it. Mick had Eli, Matt Comey, someone else third. Who'd you take third?
Yeah, who was it?
I remember who you took third, but
I didn't trust Cody's injury, so I wasn't sure about that.
I took Eli White. I took Eli 1 and Cody Robinson third.
Yep.
And I pegged him. But I took Zach Frisch second, thinking he might just love it in that freaking weather. He spends so much time outside and he's fast. I took Zach on a flyer as the
Mark Hammond.
Oh, Mark Hammond. When did Mark drop? He was not
I
having
heard mile 20.
Clearly not.
Pond.
Okay, when I saw him at the first aid station, because I saw you guys all come in, well, the first 10, he didn't look like he was having fun.
Clearly not.
Dude.
I didn't think that Mark could, if it was like crazy steep climbing, that would be one thing. But I felt like this was going to be speedy. And then I was like, I don't think he's going to have Eli's speed. So I think I took him third.
I believe yeah, that sounds right.
Or maybe I took Mark second and Matt third. Something like that. I don't remember.
So give the audience a little history lesson, where you work, why you work there, for
Yep.
what, the running scene.
Yeah, so I work at Salt Lake Running Company. I've been there, I think 7 years. So I started out working on the sales floor. And yeah, it was actually a career change when I moved to Salt Lake. My background was in teaching biology, at community colleges.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, I came to Salt Lake. There weren't opportunities in that at the first semester. And then since I'd worked part-time at some running stores, I was like, okay, let me get connected with some of the local running stores and then maybe we'll do a part-time here, part-time there type thing. But pretty soon there were opportunities to move up at Salt Lake Running, and eventually I was like, this is awesome. Actually, this is something I'm passionate about, and I get to share that with other people. So not just running, but the whole active lifestyle and seeing the power that movement has in people's lives. And so yeah, it's been a really good fit, and I've had good opportunities to make connections in the running world, and so it's been great.
Is your family involved in Salt Lake Running Company? Management, ownership? No. Okay, maybe I'd heard that wrong.
So coworker. Yeah. So it's owned by a guy and Debbie Perry.
Yeah.
So they're in South Ogden, and one of their sons works at Salt Lake Running, Cade.
Okay.
I would have bet $5,000 that you owned it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like, he owns Salt Lake Running Company.
100%. I probably told 20 people that. My bad. Don't listen to me.
This is why we are
You
not
own it, right?
right. Why we are not
Someone told us that.
news media outlet.
You asked the question for a reason. It
because
was probably me telling you that.
I thought that your family or your parents owned it, or I don't know where I heard that or thought that, dreamt that. He probably told me so many times. You always tell me wrong information.
That's not true.
The rumor mill.
Yeah.
Rumor mill. Yeah. Well, dude, okay, well, let's just back it up then. This is the first time you've ever raced a DC Peaks race.
Yeah.
We've been around 5 years. What, dude? Okay, but welcome. But no, why
What the hell?
Jeez, oh my gosh, thanks for coming in today. Why'd you sign up, man? You signed up 2 weeks before the race, maybe 3?
Yeah. So it's been one that I've been watching for a while. And honestly, it has been on my list for several years.
Yeah.
I've had other events, like last year I did Bear 100, and no one's like Chepe. I'm not like Chepe. I can't do back-to-backs like that. So I got to pick and choose which races I do each quarter. And so Bear was the priority last year, and then I had such a good time, and I was like, DC Peaks has been one I've thought about doing. I think I mentioned to you
Yeah.
on a training run
Yep.
earlier this year, as early as May. I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing the race. And, I wanted to make sure that my training was in a place where I felt like I could do it and like not just go finish, right? But like feel strong while doing it. And my training was still not the best, but I felt okay enough to where that I was going to be able to do what I thought I could and have a good run. And turned out that I was right. And
Yeah.
so
Well, given the
had a great time.
Given the alternate course move that we made, how close were you to your splits where you thought you would be?
Oh man, it was tough to sort of predict where I would be.
Yeah.
I did give my crew kind of a range of where I thought I might be at each aid station. With the conditions, I was a little bit on the higher end, but still within the range that I thought. I think if the weather was, clear, it probably could have gone 20, 40 minutes faster. And then if you have someone who's fit, like you get Grant Barnett from last year, like he's going to go rip that course to shreds.
Yeah.
So it could go really fast.
With good weather,
Yeah.
you're going sub 8 for sure.
In good fitness. I don't know if I was fit enough this year to do it, but
yeah, this week's fitness.
Yeah.
Perfect weather. You don't think you go sub 8?
Maybe. I don't know. Hard to say.
Were you bombing even with all how slippery that was? You were able to.
Not really. No.
Yeah. So that all adds up. Yeah, and you would have.
Honestly, my legs weren't that sore for running a 50 miler,
Yeah.
And the other piece of the conditions was like, I constantly had in the back of my mind, like, you can't bonk. Like, if you have to walk, you're going to be in trouble.
Because if you bonk in those temps, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah. So you think that weather slowing you down, pacing you properly was a help on your time?
Could have helped, yeah. Yeah, in the middle sections, like Matt was running strong. And,
yeah, dude.
And I just felt like, I got to do what I can. And if I catch him, I catch him. If not, then he deserves it.
Yeah. I haven't studied the splits as well as maybe you have looked at them. Scott, can you stroll to the left and maybe make that full screen? So you're on top, he's on bottom. Yeah. Let's look at this. Let's look at the splits. You guys came in together at the first aid station. I was there. I saw you guys come in.
You ran with them?
Yeah. I had to put together splits literally the night before for our aid station. So I was like, okay, I literally did the splits in my head and texted out our whole aid station captains. And I was like, I think the first runner will be there at this time. And I went all the way through. And that's why I asked you if you probably went through the same exercise and how close you were. Mm-hmm. But I put the first one around 120, 130. And you guys were 150. And then I was about 20 to 30 minutes off on every single one. I was on the faster end, which is, I went that way, right? I want to make sure that they were ready, right?
Well, you didn't know it was going to be that kind of rain.
And I didn't know it would slow them down as much as it did. But when you look at the splits that the two of you had, you were back 5 minutes at Mueller Park. And then you came into Summerwood and you put 7 minutes on him, which means you ran that 10-mile section a minute per mile faster, right?
Over that, yeah.
Basically, 12 minutes. You put 12 minutes into him and took a 7-minute lead leading Summerwood. Did you see him when you left Summerwood? Did you see him? Or you were already so...
You did. Yeah.
As you were turning...
Back up a little.
Top of the steep part, I was going up and he was coming down.
Okay, yeah, let's back up a little.
But even before that, when you leave Mueller, take us through that.
Yeah, okay. I'll back up even just a little bit more because that's where it kind of like something... a flip kind of.
I'll go through the splits real quick for the listeners. You came in together at the first aid station. You came in together at Farmington Pond.
Were you still at this point doing okay?
So we probably ran like maybe 6 miles together, and then he kind of like would build a gap, and then maybe I would catch up a little bit, and then build a gap, and then eventually, he kind of built a gap, and I didn't really see it.
Bro, he was
for
up
a while.
7 minutes on you leaving Zigzag. Okay, take us from there. Zigzag was
During this
mile
time
30.
though, were you doing okay with the cold, or were you like, I don't know?
I was making it, yeah.
Okay, so you're just cruising.
I was, like getting through, like feeling it, but like no alarm bells going off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you leave Zigzag, and your crew tells you you're probably, did they tell you were 7 minutes or 5? What'd they say?
So let's see, Zigzag. I think they told me it was about 5 minutes there.
Mhm.
And then he didn't have a crew. So, if we were like in the FK2 world, he was in a different category. He was doing unsupported. I was doing supported.
Dude, I
right?
just told Ashley this. I'm like, having a crew is an advantage.
Dude, and especially with conditions like this,
Yes.
it was a huge advantage.
Yeah.
I could tell my crew, like, this is what I want, that shirt, these gloves, this jacket, and then while I'm like, getting food or whatever, they can grab all that stuff for me. So it was a huge advantage.
Yep.
And so without a crew, he had to just blow through the aid stations because he couldn't stop. He'd get cold.
Yep.
And I changed shirts and jackets at mile 20 at Farmington Pond, and then added another long sleeve shirt on at mile 30 because I was still cold. Changed out gloves, and then stayed with that through the finish. But yeah, so then mile 35, Mueller Park, my crew told me he had left like 2 minutes before me. So I don't know if that's
This says 5.
exactly accurate.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
so they told me I'd cut off a few minutes.
Okay.
And I had just taken like a 100 milligram caffeine gel.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Coming for you.
And then smashed ginger ale. And then I was like, okay, I'm ready. So I knew I was probably chipping away at the lead. And so I was like, let me run this climb strong.
Yep.
And that's a little different for me because my strength is a little more on like smooth downhills than climbs, but I felt good.
You had to push that first mile before
Yeah.
the turn, the right-hand turn, right? 1.25.
A little
Okay.
bit. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So feeling good all the way up that. And then maybe a mile or two after you kind of summit, I come around the corner and I saw his red rain jacket, and he's like stopped on the trail, like kind of walking. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. So I run by, and he's like, dude, did you see me fall? I was like, no, I didn't see you fall. Like, are you okay? And I kind of stopped and looked. I saw he wasn't bleeding. And then he's like, are you running the 55K or the 50 miler?
Oh.
And at this point, I'm already like 20 feet by him, and I'm like looking over my shoulder, like, I'm in the 50 miler. And he's like, oh, is that Eli? And I had changed rain jackets, I told you, at mile 20 and he hadn't seen me
That's a
since
sneaker
then.
move, dude. That's
geez,
So
you.
he didn't recognize me. And
That's a
so then
move right there.
No,
No,
never heard of him.
just running the 25K. It just started.
That's funny. Yeah, so at that point I was like, I want the bear ticket, the bear tag. I think he might take it based on the conversations we had. I was like, I'm just gonna stomp on the gas and build a gap. And so did it.
How far? This was like a mile and a half.
Probably 41, 42, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you're
dude, and then you just smoked it.
There were some nice downhills.
so you're right around
I was cruising though.
right around North
hitting it hard.
Canyon. You're in the North Canyon
Yeah.
pines.
Yep.
Like where we passed
Exactly.
each other a couple
Exactly.
weeks ago.
Yeah, and you know how smooth some of that is.
Oh, it's so dope, dude.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
the
some-
dopest part
some
of that
rollers.
whole Mueller Park section. Is
That-
the North Canyon.
That
section.
is
Mhm.
that suits you. You're like, okay.
Yep.
Well, I told Mick, I was like, I don't even know what happened. I just know at some point he passed him after Mueller. And I'm like, knowing how much you've ran that section of the race, I'm like, that's got to be a strategic advantage knowing that course of section. I'm like, I'm guessing Matt, being from Provo, probably hasn't come up here and ran this section. Could be wrong, but I know that you've ran it many times, right?
Yeah, a few times.
A few times.
Yeah, and I had done it. I saw you a few weeks before the race. Doing
That was
a
the day you
bigger
signed
race
up.
Recon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of shouted back, hey, gonna sign up.
I'm just gonna sign up. I was like, oh my gosh, he's okay. Let's go. Yeah, dude. That okay. So then now to Summerwood for the listeners. It's a half-mile out and back, but
Was that just a mess going down that?
Yeah, it was sloppy.
That seems like that
and
would
it's
have been rough.
steep. It's tough.
So how'd you navigate that? You're skiing?
Just I don't know,
Very
chop
carefully.
steps.
You never
Yeah.
fell.
No, luckily. Yeah, no falls the whole time.
so
Amazing.
you went down.
Yeah.
You came up. You're about to take the right, and then you saw him coming down.
Yeah. So the last steep section before you get back
Wait,
to
you
the
had
regular
done the
trail.
out and the back, and then you saw him? Oh, he's
Yeah.
like, oh, crap.
I was going up. And
I'll
he's going
never catch him 5 miles.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If you are racing any of the DC Peaks races, that section is so cool because it's the only out and back in our whole race, and then you see how far ahead they are, or how far ahead you are of the next runner. That little out and back is cool.
It's new.
From a racer's perspective, like Grant and Zach last year,
Yeah.
so cool when they were racing, and they
Did
saw
he-
each other in that.
they did see
exchange.
each other?
Yep.
And then you're either like, I'm screwed and kind of just give up, or if it's close enough, like let's go.
Yeah, I can get it.
Just go down there, touch the aid station.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're so cold, you gotta. What do you do? You're
mean,
like
yeah.
5
Yeah.
miles. Let's go.
Yeah, I knew I had to get a little bit. I got some hot broth there and some Coke in my flask, but I still knew I had to be quick.
Yeah.
So you were 1 to 4 minutes in every aid, according to this, which isn't perfectly accurate, but that probably feels right, huh? 2-3 minutes, just boom.
That's pretty good for those conditions, man.
Yeah, and like changing clothes at mile 20 and mile 30.
Yeah, a lot of people were having to. I mean, they're so cold. They're
Yeah.
having to do like 20 minutes in there.
Yeah.
In a car, like in mixed trucks, just heating up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mile 30, I was like leaving the aid station and I was trying to clip back on, like the Solomon vest. So it has the little hook. And,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get it. My hands were too cold.
Yeah.
So I had to run back and it, like flagged out my crew, like, hey, I can't get this.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh my head.
Wet gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Ashley those pictures of you guys running in Mueller. It's all dark and rainy. Those were so cool. Did you see him?
The
Yeah, from
Zeb's photos.
Zeb's
Yeah.
photos,
Yeah,
yeah.
awesome. He did a really
I
good job.
loved them, dude.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Really like
Good call to
moody.
put him there.
Yeah,
Yep, dude, and
those are cool.
I was gonna post your finish line celly. I was like, nah, I gotta let him post it. That was pretty cool. Have you posted yet?
I just do Strava, but I posted that.
Do you
Yeah.
get those photos? Oh, I guess your family probably took
Yeah,
those
I
photos.
guess I haven't added the photos yet. I was looking at them last night.
Yeah, so he did
them
he
on.
did a home run,
Yeah,
right? Celebration as he came through the finish line. It was like
wind
Just
up.
Oh,
wind up,
nice.
swing.
So knocked it out of the park.
So Edgar got the picture of like the wind up, the swing, the after. And I was like, that's just a cool.
yeah.
I'm like, that'd be a really cool shot.
Yeah.
But I think DC Peaks will post like some of our favorite photos from the race in a couple collages or something, just to kind of share them with the
Normally it's like it's been hot, and it's all the fall
Yeah.
colors and just very bright, and we've seen ones in a blizzard. We've seen those pictures at our race, but I've never seen
this.
that dark, rainy. There's like, as much as I hated the event, like it's memorable, and those
Uh-huh.
pictures that's gonna be cool to have.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
What was your thought process the week of the race? Are they going to do the high course, the low course, Saturday, Sunday? Where was your head at? Did you vote? What'd you vote and why?
Yeah, good question. I could see how a lot of people would be really stressing out about that, and I was trying not to. To some extent, you're always like, well, there's a big event. What are we gonna do? And I can't imagine where you guys were at. Like, you probably had a lot of people in your ear saying, "Oh, do this," and it's like, how do you please everyone?
Oh, did we?
Exactly. Yeah, we had those exact same conversations.
yeah.
We're like, we can't win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
But to your credit, I think you did the best thing that's possible, because if people were going to, maybe they're in from out of town or something and they can't shift to another day, and like you probably have a lot of volunteers who wouldn't be able to shift to a different day, and there's no way we could have done the regular course on that day, on Saturday.
yeah, because you're on Instagram, but you don't really post.
I have one. I haven't used it in a long time.
Yeah. So did you vote?
I voted via the email link, and I did vote to do the alternate course on Saturday.
Okay. So did Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley also voted. And that's interesting because they're both from Salt Lake. It had nothing to do with travel plans. They were just both like, no, I want to do it this day. For what reason? She chose it because she was excited to run in the rain. She's like, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
And she
Why
had to
did
work.
you-
She had to work Monday.
And she had 5:30 a.m. Monday morning work. So she's like, I don't want to run a 50 and
Yeah.
have to wake up the next day. So why did you choose to keep it Saturday?
Yeah, I don't know if I had any like one specific reason. Obviously, I was super bummed not to get to do the original course because it's epic. But there were a few things like I figured the race would probably function a little bit better with your volunteers and stuff, keeping it with Saturday. So that was probably one thing. Another, just having the extra day to recover is nice. Like even yesterday when I was at work, there were times where I was like, okay, stay focused, make sure we're eating. Like
You were at work
I
yesterday.
was like, maybe I'll leave early and go take a nap. No.
Yeah, dude.
Those
I didn't know you were at work yesterday. When I was texting you were at work.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Those reasons tell me that you weren't really that intimidated by the rain.
No.
I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, I started my ultra running journey like in the Southern Appalachian Mountains, North Georgia, Western North Carolina. So definitely familiar with those types of conditions. I hadn't done a run that long in those types of conditions, and that was a different ballpark. Because, it's one thing going and doing, 2, 3, 4 hour long run in those conditions.
Yeah.
But to be out there 6, 7+ hours, like as your energy levels get depleted, it's just hard to keep yourself warm. It just wears you down.
Like the 25K is perfect distance for that weather.
Yeah, just go rip it.
Rip it, dude.
Yeah.
You're done in 2 hours or less.
Yep.
Well, for you, I'd probably be closer to 2 hours, but to the point of like rip it in 2-3 hours for most people, and you're done.
And then
If
if
you
you're like
guys-
Tanner, do a workout the next day.
And then Tanner goes and does a workout.
yeah, so fast.
But yeah, to your point, after that, that's when it starts to settle in. Like in your race, once you hit the first aid station, okay, that was fun. This is exciting. Like I'm wet. But when you leave that first aid station, it probably starts to settle in. Like, I'm
Yeah.
going to be out here a minute. And
Kind
then
of heading up Bear Canyon when you go through those rocky sections and it's all wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you start to settle in.
you settle in like,
Yeah.
dude, this is my day.
Yep.
Just get comfortable. It's not going to let up.
Yeah. And I think it was the combination of the rain plus the wind.
When that wind kicked up, oh my gosh.
Yeah, pretty much any of the exposed sections along the bench. Like if you weren't up in Farmington Canyon or in Mueller Park where there's trees, like at 10, 15, I don't know how fast it got, but yeah, the wind was brutal.
And that's the section, like after you cross the bridge in Bear and you start to take the shoreline over towards Farmington
Mhm.
Canyon, there's potential to just fly on that.
Mhm.
But if that sideways rain comes in and it's just like, God, stop me.
Splashing you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's so like I was out in it all day, but not running. And I'm just thinking like, how are you still running in that?
You say that even if the weather is perfect.
I do. What was the last place person? How long were they in it?
Scroll down. Who was last in the 50 miler? Well, it was right before 10 o'clock.
It was like 10:30 at night.
Okay, 10:30. We had two dudes come in together.
There were
at
people
10:30.
that was
10:38 p.m.
16 and a half hours in that.
Wow, that's amazing.
30 minutes in their car at every aid station. I don't know.
Whatever, dude.
Even
Yeah.
that's
That's a long time to be in those conditions.
twice as long
Yeah.
as you.
Wow.
Yeah, that's tough because it never stopped, dude. It did not freaking stop.
That dude's from Rock Springs, Wyoming. He can handle the cold.
Oh, yeah, they're both of them, the Stewarts. Look at them, bro. They're like brothers or something. 45 and 40, 35 and
They're
46 years old.
hunters. They're used to it.
Them dudes are brothers.
Rich Oborn, he finished.
Bro,
I
Rich
saw him. I talked to him.
Oborn had the headlamp I told you about. He didn't have a headlamp.
Oh, the
Pacer gave it to him.
yeah.
I
Like
don't
for
know.
the start or the last.
The last.
Yeah.
I'm like,
They-
you
they-
leave Mueller Park without a headlamp. I don't understand.
What? But that's such a different experience. Like you're going out there and you're like, okay, it's on. I'm gonna bust this out and go take the lead. They're in survival mode. They're death marching.
They're not thinking.
They've already been out for how long? At that point?
He'd been out for probably 9 hours.
Yeah.
What's the cutoff? 5 o'clock? He'd been out there for 11 hours.
Yeah.
That's tough, dude. Okay, you work at a shoe company. You work at a running company, I should say. Do you run in all different types of shoes?
I do.
Because you're wearing On today, but you didn't race in On, did you?
I actually did the Cloud Ultra Pro, but I wear a lot of Ultra. I have a little bit wider forefoot, so
Okay,
anything with
okay.
a little more room up in the front. But yeah, a lot of different stuff.
We're creatures of habit, dude. We pick
Yeah.
a shoe
What do you
and
like?
we ride it. We've been Speedo
Speedo.
guys forever.
Oh, that's right. I remember you wearing those on training runs.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yep, it's classic, but they're not the last one.
But I need new ones for Javelina, and I don't. Everyone said that they don't like those.
Dude,
What's the newest one?
We never talk shoes on this show. Let's talk shoes for a
What's
minute.
the newest one?
Speedgo.
7th?
The Mafate 5 or
No, not
Yeah,
the
Mafate
It's the
5 has been
Speedgoes.
hot.
Speedgo
Six.
6
Yeah.
is the new one.
Yeah. I think.
That's the one that people are like not thrilled with.
Yeah,
I was.
Well, some people.
It didn't fit.
Yeah, every time they update, there's some people it's not going to work for. And
Okay, that makes sense.
I wonder if I should
Because you
just
tweak
try it.
this and tweak that, and then you please them, and
yeah, they try to make it work better for more people, but
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't work for the people who the previous version worked for. So
yeah. So I did not buy them. I went into your store 2 months ago, and I was like, I need a training shoe. Well, I raced White Pine, and it's like I need to race in White Pine, train for 2 months, and then I gotta go into your store tomorrow and buy some shoes. And I ran the last 2 months, including that race in Nike. What are they? What are they? Scott
Zagama?
Zagama.
Zagama 2.
This is
That's a
Zagama 2.
sweet shoe.
I like it better than the Zagama 1.
Oh, yeah. Huge update.
Yep, I do. I might just go Zagama 2 again tomorrow.
Yeah. I've worn those a lot for training.
Yep.
Those are great.
I've been super happy.
Actually, that was my backup shoe at DC Peaks that my crew had,
Okay.
like in case I had any shoe issues. Yeah.
Dude, DC Peaks, I packed in a bag in my truck like I was racing. I took
You had
a
to
pair of
drop back.
shorts. I did. I had a pair of shorts, had 2 pairs of the leggings, 2 pairs of sweats, I had a pair of joggers, 4 jackets, 2 hoodies,
Yeah, year 1.
3 pairs of socks.
Gloves, ski mask.
Yeah. But I packed a drop bag in my truck, but I forgot shoes. So I changed my clothes and changed my socks. I'm like, oh, fresh feet, fresh in soggy shoes.
They were going to be wet in 3 minutes anyway.
I know, but just that feeling for 3 minutes, it's amazing. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I do like that feeling for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's as long as it lasts, though.
That's as long as you get.
That's as long as I need.
That's twice as long as you get, usually. That 3 minutes is forever.
It's perfect.
Hmm.
What do I
Forever.
care?
Why would I care? Oh. Eli, I saw a post a week or 2 ago about the Salt Lake JV team.
Oh, was this Jesse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you part of the JV team?
Apparently, I guess. I've
Okay.
been running with them. Yeah,
Okay. I think that was so funny.
it is. Yeah.
I love it, dude. It's like you, Chepe, Jesse, Tanner,
Cody.
Cody.
Cody, yeah.
Oh, we're missing.
That's great.
We're missing some people.
That is one heck of a freaking JV team, dude.
Yeah.
Y'all call yourselves a
We got more.
JV team? I'm like, JV? That's the varsity.
17-hour run rabbit runs,
Called
JV.
the
Yeah.
comers.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse's a veteran. He's
Je-
been at it a long time.
Jesse's the team
Jose's
captain.
like, how many
Yeah.
times do I have to win?
Wasatch. How many times after Podium, Wasatch, and Bear the same year?
Speaking of Bear,
Yeah.
I followed so closely your
Yeah.
race. You were smashing it.
Yeah.
Last year,
Yeah.
2024.
Did you have a bonk?
Well, the first it was a domino effect, but the first was a hip flexor issue.
Oh, you were injured. You're just like, oh crap.
Yeah. So going up the climb to Tony Grove, mile 50,
Mm-hmm.
like lifting my left leg, felt like, like a stabbing pain. And then the flats and the downhills, I didn't feel it at all. And then leaving that aid station, I started to feel it again. And so that whole section, which for anyone who's familiar with that section from Tony Grove to Franklin Basin, is so smooth and buttery, like a lot of nice flowy trails. And I was just trying to like get my hip not to hurt, like stopping and massaging on
Yeah.
rocks and stuff.
You're hitting Advil and
Yeah, well, not Advil, but like trying to massage it, and get it to loosen up, but couldn't really get it to loosen up. And then it was a big climb out of Franklin Basin, and I just couldn't lift my leg all the way. Like I was taking half a step on my left side, and then that was kind of the start of the dominoes, where low energy. Then I tried to eat more goos, and then my stomach turned, barfed, and then I was out on that section. So I left Franklin Basin in the evening. There was still light, and I didn't take really many warm layers with me. I didn't expect to be out as long as I was, and so I started to get cold. And so then by the time I made it to mile 75, I was not in a good place really, and still good enough to go get it done and finish it.
that's amazing.
I was happy to do that. But looking forward to go back.
Was that your first 100?
No, first 100 was Wasatch 2021,
Okay.
which I was just talking to, I'm blanking on her name. Yes, thanks, Ashley. Just met her right before this, and I was asking her if she might do Bear.
Yeah.
She said she's considering,
Yeah.
which is cool. But I was telling her Wasatch was my first. I don't know if I would recommend Wasatch as your first, but Bear, if you want to do a mountain 100, is a great first one.
Yeah. Wasatch was my first as well.
Yeah.
That's wild because that's so hard.
Yeah.
So hard.
So many different
Oh,
layers
Gosh,
and
dude.
aspects.
The temperature changes from start to middle to finish, and the steep inclines, then the declines, and you go back up.
And a lot of overgrown sections.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so hard. But what an iconic course. Yeah.
It is.
So you're feeling like I got unfinished business
Yeah.
at Bear.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because your Strava said bear hunting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Did you sign up for DC Peaks with the intention of, I want a freaking bear tag?
Yeah.
That was the reason.
No, not the only reason. Like, I'm really inspired by the course. I like doing local events that have like a good community feel to them, and DC Peaks checks all those boxes. But the bear tag was like, that gave me the little extra like
Go get.
nudge. Yeah.
Yeah. When you looked at the field before signing up, who were you looking at?
Mark Hammond was at the top of my list.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd run with him actually for a few miles at Black Canyon 100K earlier this year. Chatted a little bit with him and Alex Proctor, another Salt Lake City JV guy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, up
He's
and
great,
comer.
dude. He's great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. And unfortunately Mark dropped out there, but I was like, Mark has experience. Like, I figured he would probably be the top competition. I'd never met or didn't know of Matt before, but I knew there were going to be some guys in the field who would probably push us a little bit, like especially if either of us struggled, like there was going to be someone there. So I was a little surprised, like when Matt, so let's see, it was the first climb near the top, there's a headlamp that was starting to get a little bit closer. And then I was like, okay, well, if I make it to the top with my downhill skills, I probably won't see them. So I wasn't really trying to push, but I made it to the top and first still. And then probably just a few minutes into the descent, he caught up to me and I was surprised.
That's a single track descent.
Yeah.
So did
It's
he?
pretty technical.
It's very technical.
He was bombing it.
Yeah, and it's slippery. So did he pass you on the descent or on the left-hand turn where it turns into a service road for a second?
No, so we stayed together. He just came up and we chatted for a long time. We went into the aid station together.
Yeah.
And then he actually turned around quicker than me at mile 10 aid station.
Yeah.
And he waited for me outside the aid station. I think maybe he wanted someone to run with.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I saw him leave.
Yeah.
Then I saw you leave 30
We
seconds
waited
later.
maybe 20 seconds.
He just like kind of was walking and eating or something?
Yeah. Yeah, and he kind of like was looking over his shoulder, kind of waiting. And then once I got there, we started to run
Oh,
together
that's
and
awesome.
ran several miles. Yeah, great guy. Yeah, good
That
conversation.
does make it more fun, more
Yeah.
competitive. I mean, there is some interesting advantages to running with somebody even when you're racing.
Yeah, for sure, especially that early in the race.
Yep. Yeah, just roll together and
And then you went over, and that shortly after that is Bear when it really started to hit, and you're like, well, I mean, it was already hitting, but when it settled with you,
Like
2 miles later.
2 miles later, you're like,
as we were chatting.
this
Yeah.
is the day we're having.
Yeah, because I found out that he had done Wasatch and he had done Bear, and did you guys see what he did? His pacing that he did the week before DC Peaks.
He
did-
paced at Bear 100?
Yeah, 65 miles.
Oh, really? Who did he
geez.
pace?
His friend, I don't know him.
But that's the
but-
longest you can pace, right?
Yeah.
So he started.
Right hand fork, mile 35, all the way to the finish.
And he's like, I'll just take you to the
Oh my
however
God.
long it takes.
He was out there for like 20
Very
hours.
Sydney Park of him.
Yeah, I'm just knock out a few miles, then pick up my training where I left off.
Yeah. So 20 hours time on feet and one go
No.
the week before the race.
Yeah, he's a talented runner.
Yeah.
What is your philosophy the week before a race?
Like training.
Yeah. How
Um,
is there like a percentage of taper rule? Is there a percentage of hours on feet rule you like to follow?
Yeah. I like to do a little bit of a taper, but not too much. Generally for longer distances, a little less taper.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think the key is to maintain intensity, just shorten the duration, the volume. I've tried tapers before, and a lot of us have probably done this, where you just like take it easy, kick your feet up. You don't do anything near what you would do in like a workout, but throwing some strides in is really key. Otherwise, I've found I'll show up and my legs feel flat. I've seen some people might take the day off the day before, but I like to run that day for sure. Like 3-4 miles with maybe 4 strides thrown in, and my legs feel like they're ready to go the next day.
Okay.
Strides. Again.
I'm asking
Dude,
selfishly.
low hanging fruit.
Yeah, I had 2 weeks in a row of like 85 miles and 18 or 19,000 feet. Last week, DC Peak week, it's a little tougher to get miles in, except we purposely go mark a course because then we get miles, but I only did like 38 miles, which was last week. And then this week I'll probably, a little bit yesterday, a little bit today. And then I'll do a little bit, Thursday, and I got my race Friday. So I'm like, I feel like my taper is too strong like going from 85 to 40 and then do a couple runs this week. I'm like, it's just I think I'm just in my own head. Like, you're not ready or you're losing fitness,
Yeah, you're not going to lose too much, but it is easy to like get in that mindset. I don't know. I think the key is just show up like with your legs feeling fresh, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Don't
Yeah.
overthink it.
I mean, that's probably what I'm doing. Just overthinking it. The race is in 2 days. I'll be ready. I mean, I don't have a choice. The hay's in the barn.
Hay's in the barn.
Again. Okay. Cool. So, percentage chance that you run the Bear 100?
I mean, if it's like a choice, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have the choice. It could roll to Matt.
No, he's saying like
well,
injury.
if there was an injury, yeah,
Come on.
something outside of my control.
Yeah.
If it's in my control, 100%.
That's the A race for 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
You got anything else on the calendar?
Not yet. So, yeah, I'll have to think about that. Make a game plan.
What is your marathon PR?
2:31.
Jeez.
I knew it was going to be fast. I thought I knew it was going to be fast. Do you run any road marathons anymore?
So I've only done 2 official road marathons. I kind of skipped over marathons, going to ultras.
Yeah.
And then last year was my first like official road marathon race. So I did Ogden Marathon, and yeah, it all depends on who shows up, right?
Yeah.
And so who's the guy from Ogden that almost always wins that? Riley Cook.
Yes.
He usually runs like low 220s.
He's all over the freaking Strava course
Yeah.
records around here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Number 1 spot.
On the sections.
Yep.
Didn't you win Mid Mountain 50K?
I got
Third.
yeah.
You podium?
He got
Second
third.
or third. I think
Jackson from
Jackson, yeah. Jackson.
Oh yeah, we know Jackson.
got first, yeah.
Oh, he won.
Yeah. Or no, wait.
He got
no,
second.
he was second. Yeah. It was a guy from the Bay Area who got first.
Yeah, he
Oh, that's right.
remember he told us some
Yes,
dude
that's
flew in.
signed up like the day before.
This is
Flew in one
Like brother was working at Park City Mountain Resort or something, or Canyons.
Yeah, because this is only like the second year it's been a 50K, right? It was a marathon. When I ran it was a
Second or
marathon.
third, something like that.
Yeah.
Third, I
That was
think.
my favorite marathon I've ever run.
Mid Mountain is unbelievable. That
Beautiful.
course is so rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super cool course.
Yeah. So it was a good training run. I wasn't really that fit showing up at Mid Mountain, but helped me get a little more fit for DC Peaks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, that
Cool.
paid off with
Yeah, I did.
on that last section there.
Mick, you got anything else
No, dude, that was
for Eli?
my main thing I wanted to know was like I wanted to know what happened when you left
Mhm.
Mueller Park. I was
Yeah.
dying to know that.
Yeah. Yep.
The juicy part.
Yep. All right, everybody. Eli White, DC Peaks 50 2025 alternate course record holder.
Let's go.
You own the course record on the alternate course. Congrats on that. Congrats and good luck at the Bear 100.
Yeah.
This has been another episode of The Next Aid Station.